Noon starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news this noon, the frustration over what feels like constant power outages in Lakewood has been building, but now there's hope about a possible solution. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Versansky. FirstEnergy announcing plans to upgrade aging infrastructure. However, complaints are still coming in from city leaders. 19's Brittany Weir joining us live with the story and this back and forth.
Yes, Nicole, FirstEnergy is finally addressing those constant power outages right here in Lakewood. They just released a statement about 90 minutes ago, and in that statement, they say they recognize that you and your family are angry, and they admit that their own system is a part of that problem. Here's what they are saying. That statement reads that we recognize our customers' frustration and understand the significant impact that frequent and prolonged outages have had on families, businesses, and this community. The company admits that part of the electric system serving Lakewood and Cleveland's west side are among the oldest in the area. FirstEnergy says it started investing to rebuild the power grid, but the statement comes just after FirstEnergy's CEO addressed the crisis in person. Now, this is according to Cleveland City Councilman Tom Bullock. He said the CEO said that at a Crane's Cleveland Business Forum, the Lakewood grid needs to be replaced, a job Bullock says could cost hundreds of millions of dollars and take 7 to 9 years. Now, FirstEnergy says, continuing in that statement they released to us, quote, that they are committed to working through the regulatory process and advancing this work as safely and efficiently as possible. But Councilman Bullock says that timeline isn't fast enough, and he's pushing for quicker results. We're going to continue to stay on this story and talk to local businesses here in Lakewood and bring you those updates starting today at 4. But for now, live in Lakewood, Brittany Weir, 19 News.